All right, men, they are poisoning us. As a matter of fact, they're poisoning you. And right now, as you bite into that so-called healthy sandwich from that so-called healthy place or that wholesome pizza, you're ingesting something the food industry does not want you to know is in there. It's a chemical that's linked to inflammation, gut destruction, and erectile dysfunction. And it's everywhere. It's not just in your veggies. It's hiding in your burgers, your bread, and even in your favorite cheat meal. So today I'm exposing the shocking truth about glyphosate, the most widely used herbicide in the world, and the top 3 American fast food meals that are masquerading as healthy, but are secretly really wrecking your body and your testosterone. The numbers are going to shock you, and the restaurants are going to shock you. I'm Dr. Rachael Ross, physician, sexologist, and founder of the Dr. Rachael Institute, and this channel is dedicated to an all-natural approach to men's sexual health. Now, you can't get this science-backed information, physician-tested information anywhere else. So make sure you subscribe, turn your notifications on. I'm almost at 1 million subscribers, and we can get there absolutely together. See, glyphosate, better known as the active ingredient in Roundup, isn't just at your hardware store. It's in your food. It's sprayed on our food at a staggering rate. 280 million pounds a year, according to the EPA, and they're probably minimizing it. It seeps into crops. It accumulates in the food the animals eat and ultimately makes its way onto your plate. But I think here's the kicker. Glyphosate isn't just some harmless weed killer. Studies have shown it disrupts gut bacteria, causes inflammation, may cause cancer, and it messes with your hormones and your endocrine system, lowering testosterone, damaging blood vessels, and making ED a real possibility. And the worst part of it, some of the biggest fast food chains in America, places you think are offering kind of clean or healthier options, are actually serving up some of the highest levels of glyphosate ever really recorded. So I want to start with the worst offender. Now, this one's going to surprise you. This one is actually Panera, the bread at Panera. That clean lie. You walk into Panera thinking, hey, this is a healthier choice, right? Just going to grab a bagel. They even market themselves as serving clean food. But guess what? It's not clean. It's loaded with glyphosate. The worst offender are their bagels and bread items. They tested at 213.58 parts per billion and 225.53 parts per billion of glyphosate, totaling 439 across 2 samples. Now, that is a level about 2,000 times higher than the amount that has been found to cause severe organ damage, specifically liver disease, in animal studies. So first, let's talk about why it's so bad. See, glyphosate accumulates in wheat because they're soaking it with it to use the flour to bake the bread. And bread is everywhere. It's sandwiches, it's bagels, it's even the artisan loaves that you think are better for you. It's loaded with it. And then, of course, we got to talk about how does it affect you? Well, those high glyphosate or Roundup levels leads to chronic inflammation, which weakens the lining of the blood vessels, the endothelium, which damages blood flow, leading to weaker blood flow to all your organs and particularly weaker erections. It also disrupts your hormones, leading to low testosterone, prediabetes, and diabetes. So Panera might market itself as good food, but in reality, you're really getting a huge dose of herbicide with every single bite. And that's one of the reasons I'm working so hard to bring you my E-Function cookbook that is coming soon, and it's going to offer you all natural solutions that you can cook very easily so we can really win this war that they've waged against us, some quick bites that are healthy for you. Now, if you want a deeper dive, make sure you check out this video that I did on foods that can ruin you sexually. Because listen, Panera isn't the only guilty one. What if I told you that pizza, yes, we talk about the lycopene in the tomatoes being so good for you. The comfort food that we all love is another glyphosate bomb. Imagine you're grabbing a quick slice thinking the biggest problem with pizza is the grease and the carbs, but no, the real threat is the glyphosate hiding in the crust. So let me say these studies actually were funded and performed by concerned citizens like yourself. They raised the money. Moms across America, along with the Children's Health Defense, took 42 samples from 21 restaurants across America, flash froze the meals, and sent them off to a lab for analysis. And they took them from places across the country, not just in one area. And the worst offender, pizza, Little Caesars pepperoni pizza, tested at 126 parts per billion and 128 parts per billion. Now, these numbers have to make you think twice, because those wheat products just absorb glyphosate directly from the soil and it doesn't wash off. But the animals are a little different. It embeds in their tendons, in their meat. But once it's in the dough, you're eating it. Now, chronic glyphosate exposure, meaning all day, every day, everything you're eating is linked to destroying the gut, leading to leaky gut, leading to increased inflammation, leading to hormonal imbalances, brain fogs, low testosterone. In other words, your pizza night might actually be tanking your testosterone levels and setting you up for really long-term issues because of this chemical. Now, I know you're probably wondering, well, damn, Dr. Rachael, what can I eat? Is there any fast food that isn't loaded with glyphosate, that isn't going to kill me? And surprisingly, yes. And I think the results are going to surprise you, because believe it or not, Chipotle came out on top with some of the lowest glyphosate levels recorded. And they tested Chipotle's carnitas bowl with everything on it and the beef burrito. And they only had 18 parts per billion and 4.8 parts per billion of total glyphosate. Now, unlike most fast food chains, Chipotle sources non-GMO and organic ingredients where possible. So that means that they have fewer pesticides, fewer herbicides, less glyphosate, and probably a better choice when it comes to men's health. However, I can't let Chipotle totally off the hook. One, because I've gotten sick eating there. And two, because the sample tested did show that the carnitas bowl with everything actually did contain a total of 18 different pesticides within the sample. It just didn't have high levels of glyphosate. Now, other low glyphosate options would be Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets. They tested at 0 parts per billion, and so did Panda Express's orange chicken and white rice. I don't know if you eat that. I know I don't. Tested at 0 parts per billion of glyphosate. And I think this one is going to surprise you. McDonald's Big Mac and their breakfast sandwich with that egg, sausage, and cheese, they actually tested at 0 parts per billion. So it turns out that these junkier places might actually be safer than the ones pretending to be clean, because the worst ones were Panera, then it was Arby's, and then it was Little Caesars. So what do we learn today? The fast food industry isn't just making us overweight. It's literally poisoning us with chemicals that mess up testosterone, inflame your body, and damage blood flow, leading to erection. And worst of all, they pretend to be healthy while doing it. And this is just a little interesting fun fact. When they looked at white gentlemen versus black gentlemen, white guys tend to have higher levels of glyphosate in their bodies. So if you want to stay active, keep your sex life functioning, you want to stay away from glyphosate-loaded products. You want to instead opt for options that are organic or have lower levels of glyphosate when possible. Because I understand sometimes you have to grab food fast, but big food doesn't want you to know this, that they're poisoning you. So share this. Share this video with every man who needs to hear this truth. Hit like, subscribe, drop a comment below. Let me know what your experience has been and what's your go-to fast food order. And will it change after hearing this? I'm also going to put links below to the study so that you can look at it for yourself. I'm Dr. Rachael. I love you. And boom, I'm out.